Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler video series of videos I'll be doing for the while. I go over there to try out food and drink items. I eat the stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, this may or may not be the last of my comparison videos that I do in this particular session of reviews. That remains to be seen. But while it remains to be seen, I'm inside the truck. Clearly, you can see I'm inside the truck, or if for whatever reason you can't see me, maybe you're just listening to me, I can promise you I am inside in my truck. Is it an SUV? Is it a truck? Is it an SUV a truck? I'm in my vehicle. But while I'm in my vehicle, I'm not wearing grody work clothes. I'm in fact wearing a cool shirt. When I wear a cool shirt, I like to highlight the cool shirt. What cool shirt am I wearing, folks? Boom! Soul Share shirt! Got it right again. Soul Share, they were a local band in the sort of Illinois, Chicago music scene for a few years. Extremely good, folks. Like, really, really love these guys. I was fortunate enough, I got to see them. They were opening for a band. Excellent guys. Loved every show that I got to go to. I, in fact, have some videos of those shows on this very channel, just in case you're interested. I think they still have a band camp up in case you're interested in any of their music or anything like that, or otherwise hit me up. I'll, try to connect you to them. Like I said, they're sadly no longer together. They kind of split, like maybe 4 years ago now, something like that. But they are still very cool guys. And to any of them, if they happen to see this, love you guys. Wish you all well. Hope you're doing great. Anyway, folks. Oh, and by the way, I have to give myself a little nod, a little bit of pat on the back, because I got this shirt from them, well, back when they were still a band, and at the time I got the shirt, the only size they had left available was extra large, and I'm a little bit larger than extra large, but can kind of fit into this now. It's a little snug. It's definitely not going to be a normal shirt in the rotation, but trying to eat a little bit better and stuff. Maybe diminish the waist a little bit. But anyway, folks, what am I trying for you today? Well, not too long ago, I went over there and I did a review of the Starry Starry soda that just came out, which is the Sierra Mist replacement. I also did a comparison between that and Sierra Mist. Go watch that video. And that got me thinking about the other lemon lime sodas that are available, specifically Sprite, 7-Up, the two big ones. I decided, though, because I already have feelings about which one of those I prefer, I wanted to go over there and compare variations, because we're doing, boom, Cherry 7-Up, and boom, Cherry Sprite, ha ha ha, because why not, I guess. Now, I will say this, Sprite is typically my go-to over 7-Up. However, typically speaking, if I'm going for a cherry version, which I love cherry versions of stuff. Cherry is I love cherry flavoring. I typically go 7-Up. Now, the thing is, a lot of that is just because, basically, of nostalgia. Way before I ever had cherry Sprite, I remember being a kid when cherry 7-Up kind of first became a widely available thing, and I lost my goddamn mind. I was all for it. So, mostly cherry 7-Up. And that's what got me thinking, which one do I actually prefer? So we're going to give them a shot, folks. See which one I like more. Does it matter to anything? No, it doesn't, but let's open up. We're going to do cherry 7-Up first, because it's red. And I appreciate that they gave it red coloring, so you know that it's one issue I have with cherry Sprite. It's not red. I mean, yeah, the thing is red, but it should be red. Oh man, that's that nostalgia scent right there. Let's give it a go. Oh, that's good. Folks, it's crisp. It's delicious. The cherry flavor is nice. It's very prominent. And the way they've blended it, it works really well with the lemon lime flavoring. Like, you're still getting that crisp, nice lemon lime bite. That's still there. That hasn't gone away. That's important and needs to be there. But the cherry, he's really still kind of at the forefront. It really is the main hitting player. And then you get that immediate hit of the wonderful lemon lime flavoring. That's just so good. Oh, that's fantastic. That's just... Nostalgia doesn't always play out the way you want it to, but sometimes it does. And when it comes to Cherry 7-Up, for me, it absolutely does. It's, like I said, it's crisp, it's refreshing. It doesn't feel heavier because of the cherry aspect of it, which, again, is important. You don't want it to be weighed down since it is a lemon lime soda. The only, and I'm not even calling this a point of contention, it's just a point. The cherry flavor is pretty prominent. It borders on being almost more cherry than lemon lime. Borders. I don't personally think that it crosses that line, but it comes a little bit close. And I could see that if you're specifically going in for the lemon lime flavor, maybe that wouldn't be quite to your palate. Let's find out how Sprite does it. Like I said, typically I like Sprite better than 7-Up, but I like both of them a lot. All right. Very different smell. Very different smell. Ooh, very different representation. Very, very different. Like, wow. Like, you would think, I mean, typically speaking, you think lemon lime soda. But that's not the case. They both have very different, qualities and attributes. Even if they are both lemon lime. But in regards to this, it's very, very prominent. Like, how they decided to utilize the cherry aspect, it's almost in direct contrast. Whereas the 7-Up, like I said, the cherry flavor is at the forefront. It really is the star of the show. The lemon lime aspect is backing it up. It's keeping that crispness, that fresh kind of lemon lime flavor. With the Sprite really feels more like the Sprite aspect of it is actually more at the forefront, and the cherry is just kind of running through it. It's a passenger on the vehicle that is the Sprite. Yeah, and it's nowhere near as, like, it's not unflavorful, but the way in which they utilized the cherry, it's just very different, and it feels and tastes less cherry-ish. It just does. This is, like I said, whereas the 7-Up bordered on being more of a cherry soda than a 7-Up, this is Sprite. This is a Sprite first and foremost with the cherry running through it. It's still good. You're still getting a nice flavor from it. Excuse me. However, it doesn't put the cherry at the forefront. So it really kind of depends on what you want out of your cherry-flavored lemon lime beverage. I've never had them side by side like this. I think for me, I'm going to have to give it to the cherry 7-Up. And I'll explain why. First and foremost, I think it does more with the cherry. And I think for me, if I'm going in for a cherry, iteration of something, I really want that to be the highlight. And I think that that's very well represented in the cherry 7-Up, even if it somewhat risks overshadowing the 7-Up itself to a certain extent. It's very there. It's sweet and delicious while still being crisp and, like I said, all those good things. There is a nostalgia aspect, I'm not going to lie, but I do genuinely think that for me, this works with my palate a little bit better just because, if nothing else, I really like cherry, and this does a better job of putting that at the forefront. Whereas comparatively, the Sprite, it's like the cherry 7-Up. I'm trying to think of the best way to word this. The cherry 7-Up for me, it's if I want a cherry 7-Up. Okay? If I want a cherry 7-Up. The cherry Sprite is if I want a Sprite with cherry in it. If that makes any sense. The cherry aspect is still there, and it still has the, deliciousness of Sprite that I like, but it's not as prominent, and it doesn't come through in the same delicious cherry way. They're both good, and they're both doing very different things, which I can appreciate. And the thing is, I could genuinely see instances where I would prefer one over the other. I think for the Sprite would work better if I wanted a somewhat different Sprite. Okay? The cherry 7-Up only works if I want a cherry 7-Up. Not if I want a variation on a 7-Up. I would consider the cherry 7-Up versus a 7-Up to be basically two distinct things, whereas with the Sprite and the cherry Sprite, they're so closely related that that's kind of where it comes down to for me. I do like both of them, and like I said, I like that they're both very different. But for me, it has to be the cherry 7-Up. I personally, like I said, I like what it does more with the cherry aspect. That's just me, though. Plus, it's red. Anyway, folks, that's going to do it for me on this one. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your, and folks, you can go over there and have yourselves a truly cherry-tastic rest of your life, because, folks, cherries are delicious. They're so good. You can put them in so many... There's a reason why you can add them to almost any soda, and it instantly makes it good. Okay, you got cherry Pepsi, cherry Coke, cherry Dr. Pepper, cherry Sprite, cherry 7-Up, all kinds of cherries. It's wonderful. But, final 2 things, folks. Boy, oh boy, carbonated stuff. 2 final things, folks. Number 1, lots of carbonation, folks. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But we can't do it all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you do, folks. You try not to be an asshole. It's not always the easiest thing to do in the world, folks. That's why I put try at the very beginning of it. Because at the end of the day, folks, we're going to find ourselves in situations where maybe we're stressed out, maybe we're overwhelmed, maybe we're frustrated, and we go over there and we're just looking to drop trout and let our asshole out. But even if we do, remember, we can always pick the pants back up, dial it back for a second, try to mitigate the level of assholeness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go and do. Now, folks, maybe you're going to go over there, and like me, by the way, I'm trying so hard to get through this. I super need to blow my nose, but I don't want to go over there and just do it on camera. I'm almost at the end, damn it. But anyway, maybe you're going to go over there and try yourself some cherry lemon lime flavored beverages as I've done here today. And maybe like me, you go over there and you prefer one over the other, but maybe you go over there and you decide, there's got to be other ones up there. There's plenty of other lemon lime sodas out there, so maybe you go over there, you find yourself one that's hidden away deep in the mountains of the Himalayas. And you have to go over there and pass various trials to go over there and try it. So you pass all the trials, and it's a whole out-of-body experience thing, but at the end, you're gifted with the ancient cherry lemon lime soda that you've been seeking. And maybe it'll be just kind of okay. But you'll have done all kinds of crazy stuff in the Himalayas in the meantime. Or conversely, folks, maybe you can just go over there and get yourself some delicious cherry 7-Up. Sponsor me, 7-Up! I need to blow my nose. Bye!